revealed a report on the historical record of U.S. government involvement with UAPs, which covered.
I'm about to pay right now $74.99 for a flip phone.
Earlier this year, I joined Congressman.
You can still use Google Maps on in this shit. It just eliminates the other half that you need. You know, like
UAPs with many other members of this committee. In fiscal year 2024, the NDA required
like social media dumb shit.
Administration to establish the
all you get is GPS and a flip phone. Let's go.
This collection will include digital copies of all.
I'm tired of paying for all this fancy bullshit, and your hardware always gets fucked up. And when you guys are magically pushing it, it's a scam. I don't know how you guys haven't got all sued yet for slowing down old devices because y'all never used to do that.
Which has allowed theories over the decades to foster. When the American people and members of Congress ask, are reports of UAPs credible? We're met with stonewall. We're met with responses of I can't tell you.
What it is.
And in fact, we're met with.
I think I know what it was.
People not wanting us to have
Discord.
hearings. We're met with
Discord
people not
does
wanting
this
us to
to
ask
me,
you
and I don't know
questions.
why it does this to
in
me.
fact,
but
many of us
if I'm doing something,
some of you certain questions on certain topics,
and I start Discord will fuck with whatever I'm doing.
In a time of heightened distrust of our government,
then I have to.
So like you gotta have it open, or you just have to have it open first so it doesn't interfere with.
Sometimes I gotta have it open first so it doesn't interfere. But in this case, it was open first, and when I opened Discord,
constituents with the information
like
and oversight
when the source is on and I open Discord, it fucks with whatever fuck I'm doing.
Open lines of communication with members of Congress.
No, I'm sorry.
And
when I have Discord on and I turn something on, it fucks with it.
What are UAPs?
It fucks with whatever I'm trying to turn on.
Are they ours?
But for this time, it looks like it was the other way around. Because once I
how do they get funded?
Cut the stream by mistake.
And now we've seen,
and then I came back on. I'm good.
A long time ago, where you could discredit people because
and you were laughing at the white dude who came back who was running. You said that he looked like I was saying that they probably gave him 2 black eyes and gave him some makeup real quick and just put him back on the seat. And if you saw the girl when she was talking, they put a note in front of her quick. They're like, "Yo, shut the fuck up and carry on."
Yeah.
Almost 15 years ago. One of those came out of
probably threatened her family
to go after Osama bin Laden, and the only reason we know about that is because one of those helicopters.
Remember who you work for. Remember your family is important.
Whistleblowers who have come forward to talk about retribution. And so, I want to thank everyone for being involved today on trying to get more.
He probably did go do some coke. Why he running?
And as we get into a new administration, the president-elect
how far is that bathroom?
Opportunities to declassify.
How far is that bathroom?
Information right outside one of those doors. He lives up to that promise. And with that, I yield back.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Moskowitz. And I would now, committee staff asked me to go ahead and I will do it.
All these people up here are sociopaths.
This 12-page document that Michael Schellenberger brought today that describes the Immaculate Constellation government program. So we will do that now. Every member up here has a copy of it.
It has to take something in you to lose your humanity.
Special access program called Immaculate Constellation.
And just
the second section about
only considered your, I guess, survival, you know.
Representative Luna just told me if I say Immaculate Constellation, I'll be on some list. Maybe a FISA warrant, so come at me, bro, I guess. But
what the fuck?
Without objection, entered in the record. All right, so next we will introduce our witnesses for today's hearing. Thank you so much for being here.
It's like we're being trolled.
Our first witness is retired Rear Admiral Tim Gallaudet, who retired from the U.S. Navy and is now the Chief Executive Officer
at Ocean. That just goes to show you how many regular people, just regular Joe Schmoes, actually work in the government.
Elizondo, a former Department of Defense official and author of a recent bestseller book about UAPs.
All
Our third
by
witness
these
is Mr.
old
Michael
ass people.
Schellenberger,
Those people
founder of the
already
Newsletter
dead.
Public and author of a recent journalistic piece
about
special access.
The only ones that are
including
still
one widely
old that are
identified
those are the
as
people you don't know
Immaculate
about. But those
Constellation. I
people
swear the
about to
staff
die,
wants me
they
on a list.
somewhere in the
Okay.
tower.
All 3
somewhere
forms of
strapped up
government
to a
branch have
machine.
niggas that are
Former
ancient
NASA
and will
official
not get
who is
down from
also
where
a
they
member
He's
are.
of the
going to
NASA
die.
UAP
They just
Independent
strapped to a
Study Group.
machine.
Welcome,
They just
everyone.
live a
We're
little bit
pleased to have
extra
you
longer
today.
than the rest of us.
Pursuant to committee
But
rule
there's got a
9,
replacement
please
that's
stand
just as
and raise
old.
your right hands.
And that's the
This is
problem.
very
We put all
Nah,
these
they
old
dying.
heads.
Do
They're
you
dying.
solemnly swear to
They're
affirm that the
dying.
testimony that you
They're
are
not drinking
about
the
to
forever
give
juice.
is
Nah,
the
they're
truth, the whole
dying.
truth, and
Nah.
They're
nothing but the
dying. You
truth,
can
so
tell a
help
little bit,
you
little
God?
by little. There's like way more
Let the
black
record show that the
billionaires
witnesses
and shit
all
now.
answered
Like
in the affirmative.
they're
We
dying.
appreciate all of you being here today and look forward to your
They're
testimony.
dying.
Let me
We'll
remind the
be like
witnesses
we're
that we
like
have read your
1,000
written
years
statements
away
and they
from
will
like
appear in full in the hearing record.
almost
You guys
peace.
may be seated. Please limit your oral statements to 5 minutes. As a reminder, please press the
Gotta
button
call
in
it what
front
it
of
is.
you so the microphone is turned
Like
on
almost
so
there, you
that
know?
They will
the
never
members
be
included
peace.
can hear you.
War
Nah, one day,
is
one
Begin to
day,
speak,
one
the
day.
light
war
You know.
in front
is
of you will turn
no,
green
bro,
after
never.
4 minutes.
Somebody,
The light
one
War
will turn
is
one
down. When
nigga,
the red
too
light
because
comes on,
productive.
5
we get
minutes
to
has
the point
expired, and we would
My
where
brother,
surveillance
war is
and
so
video.
lucrative for
Nah, bro.
Please
everybody.
recognize
Nah,
Rear
I'm telling you,
Admiral
bro.
Gallaudet
Free
to please
energy is gonna
begin your
exist.
opening
One day,
remarks.
somebody gonna make it.
Thank you,
Some
Chairwoman
regular Joe
Mace,
Schmo,
Chairman
and
Grothman,
then that's when the
Ranking
everything's
Members
gonna stop.
Connolly
Because
and
nobody's
Garcia
gonna be
and members
having
of
to
the
use the
committee.
fight anymore.
Thank you for this opportunity to testify
There's
to
not
That
gonna be a
Schmo was
reason.
Tesla, and
anomalous
they took
phenomena,
the
or
paperwork from
UAP.
him.
Yeah, but this was back
Confirmation
then.
that
There wasn't
UAPs are
surveillance,
real came to
no
me in
cops like
January
that,
of
no like real
2015 when I was
justice.
serving
It
as the
was like
commander
you
of the
could have
Navy
off the nigga
Meteorology
real
and
quick,
Oceanography
and nobody
Command.
would have found out until like
At the
50 years
time,
later when
my
somebody wrote
personnel
about
were
it.
Just
participating
like
in
the
a
prison
pre-deployment
system will
naval
never go
exercise
away
off the
because
U.S.
it's a
East
lucrative
Coast.
business for the
The unit
white
Yeah, but
included
man.
once
U.S.
somebody
War will
makes,
never
vessels with
leave.
once
carrier
someone
strike
creates
group.
free
This
energy,
exercise was
there's
overseen
no
by the United
reason
States
for any
Fleet
of that
Forces
anymore.
Command, led by a 4-star admiral
So
who
then
at the
But they
even
time was
those
did,
also
people
a
are
Navy
gonna
superior
and they
stop.
will
officer.
still
During
charge
this
people for it because
exercise, I
somebody has to
received
keep
an email
maintenance
on a
on these
Navy
things.
secure
Nah,
network
they'll just
from the
create
operations
something
officer
that
of U.S.
does
Fleet
whatever
Forces
they
Command.
needed people to
The
do
email is addressed
anyway,
to all
and
the subordinate
that'll be
commanders
just be
and the
done by
subject
whatever
line read in all
creation
capital
free
letters,
energy can make.
urgent safety of flight issue. The
We
text of
just
the
gotta
email
figure
was
out the
brief
science,
but
bro.
alarming, with
I'm
words
telling you,
to the
once free
effect,
energy
if
comes, and
any of you know
it's
what
over.
these are, tell me
There's no
ASAP.
reason for
We are
niggas to be
having
broke
multiple
anymore because
near
you'll
mid-air
have free
collisions,
energy to create
and if
whatever
we
you
do not
want.
resolve this soon, we are going to have to shut down the exercise. Attached to the email is
Couple
what is now known
generation or
as
two of
the
that,
Go
those
Fast
type of
video,
people, and then
captured on the
you
forward-looking
know
infrared
the
sensor
destructive
of one of the
people that
Navy
already killed
F-A-18
themselves
aircraft
because they had
participating in the
made something
exercise.
crazy as shit
The
and would
now
have fought
declassified video
and they
showed
killed
an
each other.
unidentified object exhibiting flight and structural characteristics unlike anything in our arsenal.
Maniacs.
The implication of the
Only
email
reason
was
why
clear.
maniacs
The
exist is
author was
because
asking whether
shit
any of
costs
the
money and
recipients were aware of
life ain't
classified
fair.
technology demonstrations that could explain these objects. Because the DoD policy is to
I'm telling you,
Life's
rigorously
not fair,
deconflict
is
such
it?
demonstrations
everything's
with
always
live
about
exercises, I
survival
was
or money.
confident this was not the case. The very
That's
next
never
I
day,
just
I
told you
because I'm
many
a
confirmed
piece
times
of
I'm
disappearance of
shit.
over
my
it.
account and those of the other
Bring on
recipients
the
without
bombs.
Bring
Let's
explanation.
on the
play real
bomb.
fucking
Moreover, the
survival.
commander of Fleet Forces
Like
Let's
Command
play
and the
Terminator.
real
operations officer
fucking
never
scum.
discussed the
Wow.
Real
subject.
fucking Project Zombo.
Even
So
during
you
weekly
ready to
meetings
go.
specifically designed to address issues
Life is
affecting
boring.
exercises
It's not
like
that
the one in
boring.
which the Theodore Roosevelt Strike Group was
Even if you got money,
participating.
it's boring. That's why these
This
white people be
lack of
doing shit that they
follow-up was
do.
very concerning to me. As the Navy's chief meteorologist
Like,
at the
hear your
time,
ass on
I was
Discord. I didn't even
responsible for
check to see what
reducing
it sounded
safety of
like.
flight
More
risk.
monitoring for national
It
security.
appeared to me that
We
no one
don't
at the
know
flag
how
officer level
extensive
was
UAP
addressing
activity
the
is.
safety
Oh, we can't
risks
even hear
posed
you.
by
I'm really
UAPs.
looking
With
at
the second part of your
Instead,
question,
I'm
pilots were
really
allowed to
looking at this
mitigate
fucking
these threats on
$78
their own
phone,
without
bro. I'm about
guidance
to
or
hit
support.
in the
I
cart.
concluded that the UAP information
Fucking
must be
$78
classified
phone?
within a special access program managed
$74
by an
phone.
intelligence agency.
Don't you already
That
have
is
a
a
phone?
compartmented program that even senior officials, including
Yeah,
myself, were
this
not read
iPhone
into.
8 Plus that
Last
because my
year's
other
UAP
Android
hearing
was
before this
obsolete to
oversight
the
committee
point where it was
confirmed that
unusable.
UAP-related
Damn,
I
information
mean,
nigga.
it's usable
is
like
being withheld from senior
it's
officials
usable
and
like you
members
can
of
use as like a
Congress.
tablet
And just
to
this
watch
week, I learned
Netflix on
from
it or
Yeah.
something,
prominent
but
DoD
as a
official
phone
Chris
itself
Mellon
cannot
that
because
satellite
it
imagery
stopped
of
receiving
UAP from a
updates.
few years ago
Damn,
still has
nigga,
not
how
been
long
shared
you be
with
keeping these
Congress.
phones?
Equally concerning, last year's UAP hearing also revealed that elements
Hello?
of the
Until they
government
stop
are
working.
engaged in a
Oh,
disinformation
I figure
campaign
y'all have,
to
you
include
know,
personal
fucking
attacks
phone
designed to
plans
discredit
and y'all
UAP
upgrade
whistleblowers.
every other year.
Having never signed a
Oh
non-disclosure
no.
agreement regarding UAPs, and now as a private citizen, I've become
Nigga
an
be
advocate
holding
for greater
off.
UAP transparency from the
Until they
government.
die? I mean, what
The
the fuck?
continued
I don't do
overclassification
nothing with it.
surrounding
I'm not a
UAPs
fucking
has not only hindered
I'm
our
not out out there doing
effectively
foodie
address these
shit.
phenomena, but has also
I don't
eroded
need the
I can't
latest and
front. I
greatest.
haven't bought a
While I
phone
applaud
since
previous
like
bipartisan legislation passed
Chacha.
by Congress concerning
Who I'm
UAPs,
calling?
a
The
more
only persons I call is my
comprehensive
mother and my
approach is
grandmother.
needed to address the broader implication
Like,
of UAP on
Yeah.
public
maybe
safety and
occasionally
national
Jay when
security,
he tells me
as
he's
well
at
as
the
the
front door.
socioeconomic opportunities that open UAP research could unlock. Therefore, I recommend Congress
I'm
take the
done
following
paying
action,
for
which I
fucking
believe will
expensive
receive
phones, bro. Going
bipartisan
back to the
support.
flip,
First,
save that
establish
money.
robust
Go back
oversight
to
of
the
the
flip,
executive branch's
nigga. Ain't going back
management
to
of
the
UAP
flip.
information by directing key officials, beginning
Bro,
with the
I'm bugging
director
at
of the
it.
DoD's All-Domain
I'm
Anomaly
about to share
Resolution
my
Office,
screen. So
to provide
it's a
comprehensive briefings on what the
TLC
government knows
classic.
about UAP and does not know.
That bitch got a
2,
3.6
enact the
review
provisions of the
on
UAP
AT&T
Disclosure Act that
website.
establish a UAP Records Review Board
I'm
to
sure
ensure
I could get
independent
this phone
oversight,
probably cheaper if
transparency,
I
and
go on
accountability in the
Amazon and not
government's
get it through them.
handling of UAP information. And
Let's
3,
see.
strengthen the
I'm
UAP
sure I can
party.
get this phone probably cheaper if I go
Correct.
on.
That mandate
See,
a
then
handling
I can
government
get it
we
approach
can
for
hear you on the
$54.
screen.
UAP. In
I
closing, I'll
forgot
share my
I didn't
Oh
personal
yeah,
do
reasons
it.
for
I could
speaking
be
out
heard
on
on
this topic.
stream. You forgot
First,
about
as a
that?
former science agency leader, having
Nah,
led
'cause
the
I
National
fixed it.
Oceanic and
You're a
Atmospheric
kick, so you're good.
Administration, I've always sought the truth in
Cool.
human knowledge and thought. Now that we know
This
UAPs
is
are
looking
interacting
good,
with humanity, these
son.
include unidentified submerged objects in
What's
the ocean,
looking good? What
we
you
should
talking
not
about?
turn a blind eye, but instead boldly face this new reality and learn from it. Additionally, at a time when leaders in government leave much to be desired, I feel obligated to show moral leadership on this issue of UAP
Whoa, why my
disclosure by
shit
validating the
fucking...
credibility of the courageous men and women who have
Oh
come out
my
as witnesses
God.
and whistleblowers to expose the truth. My speaking out has encouraged others to do the same, and it's my hope over time that a number of your
Dude,
constituents
no way this shit
will
is
want to
still
know the
doing
truth
this.
and about UAP, and this number will increase to such an extent.
When you
that the
check your
congressional action
network,
I've
right,
just
to make sure
recommended
no
will
one's like
become
trying to like
inevitable.
piggyback
Thank
off
you,
your
and I look forward
internet,
to
you're
your
not
questions.
peeping it.
Nah,
Thank
ain't
you. I would
nobody
now recognize
piggybacking
Mr.
on my shit. My
Elizondo for his
password
opening
is
statement.
retarded.
Because niggas is wild. They learn this shit online just to get through the command desk to get your fucking network password.
It is my honor and privilege to testify before you on the issue of unidentified anomalous phenomenon, formerly known
They
as
be
UFOs.
bugging.
On behalf of our brave men and women in
Aprende
uniform
las cosas
across the
malas, pero no
intelligence
las cosas
community,
buenas.
as well as my fellow Americans who have awaited this day, thank you for your leadership on this important matter.
I would
Let me be
like
clear.
somebody to figure out my
UAP are
password.
real. Advanced technologies not made by our government or any
I
other
would
government
love
are
for
monitoring
somebody to
sensitive military
figure
installations
that
around
one
the
out.
globe. The U.S. is
DJN
in
is
possession
breaking
of
my
UAP
shit.
technologies, as are some of our adversaries. I believe we are in the midst of a multi-decade
That's my
secretive
problem.
arms race.
My
one
problem
funded
is fucking
by
Optimum.
misallocated taxpayer dollars and hidden from our elected representatives
Shit's
and
pissing me
leaders
off.
of our
I need to
lives.
have a fucking...
Mira,
For many years,
it's on
I
my
was
screen.
entrusted with
It's
protecting
not
some
my
of our
device.
nation's
My
most
router.
sensitive
Shit's on
programs.
yours.
In my last position, I managed a
Yeah,
special
it's
access
Optimum.
program on behalf
I'm
of the
getting
White House
94
and the National
down
Security
and
Council.
4 up. Like, the
As
fuck
such,
is this?
I
Like, I don't
appreciate the
pay
need
for
to
this.
protect certain
My
sensitive
shit's not
intelligence
just on the
and
average.
military
It's
information.
Optimum.
I consider my oath
Oh
to protect
shit, the other
secrets
day they
as
literally
sacred,
told
and
me
I will
to
always
restart
put
my
the
shit
safety of
because
the
they had an
American
outage
people
and I
first.
didn't even listen to them.
With that said,
Because
I
I asked
also
this one to
understand
do
the
it. She couldn't
consequences
do
of
it.
excessive
Ve, mira pa'
secrecy
allá.
and stovepiping. Nowhere was this more apparent than in the aftermath of 9/11,
Yeah,
which
nah,
many
it's
of
all
us
good, bro.
remember all too well. I believe that
Man, I'm
America's
about to lose
greatness depends on three
connection.
elements.